How's it going, OrTre? Thanks for doing this. David Cloninger with the Post and Courier from back home in Charleston. Just how are you feeling? And over these past 2, 3 years, just how has your health developed or regressed at times? And were your feelings ever to just maybe move on and not try to play anymore?
I feel great. I know I didn't play for a while. I opted out last year due to COVID. But since then, like since I opted out, I've been working my tail off, working on my knee, my hamstrings, other stuff. Like overall, my body feels great. It never really crossed my mind just to quit, just a point, just paint, just quit. So that never really crossed my mind. But other than that, I feel great.
Dick Cox.
Or trade. There's been some great receivers come out of that receiver room with Debo and Brian and Shy. Are you ready to step up and be that next guy to be the top receiver on this team?
Yeah, I am. I'm working towards that. That's one of the goals. Just to strive to be the best as I can, just to contribute to the team as much as I can. Like we got a good receiver room, but the ultimate goal is just produce as much as I can and help us win, and just some personal goals I want to achieve too.
Joe Gorchow.
OrTre, you mentioned that it never crossed your mind to quit. How did you maintain a positive attitude through all the trials and tribulations you've experienced to get to this point where now you feel like you're in a good position to be a big contributor for this team?
Really like just a tough mindset and really my mom. Like my mom taught me all the time, like just keeping a strong head, like and just looking at it like as like a second chance, kind of like to get my body right, get my health right, be conditioned, be in shape. So that's how I kind of looked at it. Like I know COVID was a bummer and stuff like that, but overall I kind of looked at it as a second chance just to get everything back in order.
Hilmer Granahan.
Hey, well, Trey, just curious what it's been like for you with this new coaching staff. I guess Coach Stepp, your position coach, and the other guys on the offensive side of the ball, and getting to know them and getting into the system and all that stuff.
Uh, I like the coaching staff. It's a different energy. I mean, a good group of guys. Like they're here for us. We're starting to get established to like what they want and how they do things. So overall, it's a good experience. So it's going well.
John Del Bianco.
Hey, OrTre, can you recall that first conversation you had privately with Coach Beamer a few months ago, and what was that talk like between you and him?
Uh, he just want to know about overall the program itself, like some things that we need to improve on, things that we are kind of good at. But he was just ready to work, so that's what he told me, and then I was 100% in, so that was about it.
About him being as your head coach over the last 3 months?
Say that again?
What have you learned about him as a coach, as a man over the last 3 months?
He's a family person. He's about us being together, getting to know each other. Like we got all type of like rules and like regulations to do with teammates and just us coming closer as a team overall. Like he wants us to be as close as possible. So when we play, we're playing for one another, and it's a better experience. So just us coming closer.
Colin Taylor.
Hey, Roger, you mentioned that year off, or not year off, but this past year is kind of a second chance for you. I'm curious, what did a typical day look like for you, and where do you feel like you've grown the most since now coming back to the program?
Well, since I opted out, I took like a week off, I guess. I got a membership at Crunch because I wasn't allowed in the building due to COVID reasons. So I'll wake up, eat breakfast, make breakfast, go to Crunch with one of my friends back home. We'll work out for like an hour 30, do cardio, go to Chipotle, and then just do that for like 4 days a week. So I think it worked. Like I got my knee real strong. My knee feels the best it's ever had. So but that's what I did when I opted out. And then I just kind of prayed on it, talked to my mom, like I said, try to work on stretching, yoga, just stuff like that.
Let's go to Rick Henry.
Hi, OrTre. Now that you're healthier and with the energy of a new coaching staff, is football more enjoyable for you now? Are you having a little more fun than in previous years?
I mean, the previous years I had fun too. Like the previous coaching staff, I came in with them. I love those guys, B-Mac, Coach Muschamp. I'm grateful for the opportunity they gave me to come here to play football. With this coaching staff, like I said, it's different. Like it's just different. But I always love football. Like I have fun regardless. I know I've been hurt and kind of been down, but like I said, I never thought about quitting and nothing like that. So I mean, it's just love of the game, I guess.
Lou Bijak?
OrTre, other than your mom, who else did you kind of lean on during last year and kind of for inspiration or guidance during that time over the last year?
Well, really, other than like some close family members, I'm gonna say a trainer named Daryl. He's at Texas now. I mean, I talked to him here and there, told me to keep my head up and stuff like that. But other than that, it was just family, and that was about it, really. Just I didn't really talk to no one about it.
Josh Kendall? Josh, we can't hear you.
Sorry, my internet is choppy. Cut me off if I'm too bad. OrTre, how much of 2019, how affected were you by that knee?
So you said like how my knee really affected? That's what you're asking?
Yeah, how much of an how much did your knee affect you that last season you played?
Well, I had like a whole kind of like a knee replacement, kind of like they had to move my kneecap over because like I guess it was going in a different direction that it was supposed to go. So like I would say it was frustrating because as a receiver all you do is run routes, you break down, hard cuts, and it was tough like because my knee was just causing me problems and I couldn't play how I wanted to play. I was out of shape, couldn't really run like I wanted to run, and ultimately like I never really got down like depressed, but like it was just rough. So it really caused like a big impact on my game because I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't really do a lot with it, and I still played. So like just going on the field and trying to produce, even though I know I couldn't really do as much, it was tough.
Jen Del Bianco?
And you mentioned something about rules and regulations that regard to teammates. What are those?
Stuff just like accountability stuff, like being here on time. I guess like we got like a weight thing going on, like just trying to encourage ourselves to meet goals and like just teammates helping us out in a sense like that.
Thanks, OrTre.
Jen Del Bianco?
OrTre, you got a lot of new quarterbacks, that throw into you that haven't been used to since really the last 2 years. Just what are your impressions of the guys?
We got a young group of quarterbacks like Luke Del Rio, JB. They're getting there. We're all working as a group. Like I said, timing and everything. It's gonna come along sooner or later. But they're looking good out there at spring. But other than that, like I said, it comes with time, relationships, building bonds. So we're gonna get better as we go on.
How much of a rapport were you able to build with Luke last year, last spring and over last summer before, ultimately opting out?
You saw Luke last spring, kind of last summer. Luke played receiver. Like he was a receiver too, so we already kind of had a bond. Like we kind of knew each other, and like he's from South Carolina, obviously. So like we kind of knew each other. But he played receiver, so he was in the receiver meetings, going over receiver stuff. So as a quarterback aspect, it was not really no quarterback talk. So it was just like he's a receiver now, catching the ball, making plays at practice and stuff like that.
Colin Taylor?
OrTre, what's Luke? What's Luke Day like?
He comes with a lot of energy. I know we had 3 different strength coaches. They all were great. Coach Luke Day, he comes with a lot of energy. I mean, I like him. I already got a lot to say about him, but I like him. I mean, yeah.
And you mentioned going to Chipotle a bunch during your time off. How often did you go, and was there a go-to order that you'd like to get when you went?
Like, I didn't really go a lot. Like, I actually bought a lot of groceries back then too, so I try to cook. But I got a bowl. I feel like that's the healthiest thing. I get just like a little bowl with some chicken, I guess.
Mike Yuba.
OrTre, going through the injury that you've had, obviously not one that's easy to be able to continue to get knocked down and come on back, and especially after the last year, what keeps motivating you to be able to get back up and keep moving forward?
I said my mom's a big impact, and like I just be having like flashes in my head like what I can really do if I'm 100% healthy, because I know what I can do, but like you guys haven't seen it. Obviously, like I had a little flash my freshman year, but I just feel like me personally, I know I can be the best that ever do it if I just stay healthy and getting shake in my brother. I feel like I can do anything. That's kind of what my mom kind of instilled in me, just believing like what I can do, having a strong mindset, and just doing it.
We'll take two more, Eric, then Lou. Eric?
Yeah, OrTre, you mentioned earlier with us just now, personal goals. Could you share with us what some of those personal goals you have this season are?
Well, really, the main one is just staying healthy and producing, helping the team win, and then just winning, really. I know those aren't really personal goals, but at the end of the day, I want to win. So that's really comes down to just winning.
Last one to Lou BJ.
I know you've always had a big frame. We hadn't seen you in a while until the opening practice the other day, but you look great. Is this the best shape? Do you feel like you're in the best shape you've ever been in your life right now?
I say I'm pretty in shape, but there's always room for improvement. I know I can cut a little more body weight, a little bit more fat to take less pressure on my knees, stuff like that. So I feel like there's always room for improvement, but I feel that I'm pretty decent right now. Like I didn't play football in like over a year, so like obviously I got to get back in football shape, but it's always room for improvement. But right now I feel pretty good.
And Lou BJ.
OrTre, what have you seen from some of the new guys at receiver, Amarian and EJ? What were they? What's kind of stood out in the first few practices?
You said EJ and who else?
Amarian Brown from Georgia Tech transfer.
Amari's fast. He real fast. He got good routes in the slot. And EJ, he big, 6'6", I guess 6'7" with cleats on. A big frame. I mean, he could do some damage deep. He kind of fast. So, I mean, they're gonna be special in my opinion, and they're looking good right now in the spring. So, well, AB hasn't been out there right now. He's going through a little, but EJ's looking fine.